Hi my friends, welcome to a new video. I'd like to take you on a tour of my new Elvis room. Took a lot of TCB to get it done, but it's finally done. Well, sort of. It's not quite finished, but it's 90% finished. And first I would like to show you how to get to the room via my landing, where I'm standing now, and my old room, which was my former bedroom, to the new room, which was my former bathroom. So let's go on a journey and discover my 3 Elvis rooms, 2 rooms and 1 landing. And well, if you will, join me. So let's start on the stairwell to the landing, where you can see my replica guitar and my Elvis on tour items displayed in a cabinet, to some of my records also displayed and Elvis life size. That's the door to my wife's dressing. We are not allowed to go there. This is my original Elvis room. As you see, that's the way you come in, and that's my station where I make most of my videos. There's some Elvis posters on the wall, some memorabilia on the cupboards here. Elvis himself is. My display of Elvis, his last night, some of my books, my amp, Elvis's autograph, and again some of my records. Those 2 were gifts from my good friend Sean. They are fan-made sleeves for 45s. There you have my scissors. My crappy record player. And this is my station, which is actually made of cardboard, and I put some duct tape on it to make it strong, and there are the lights. I've turned them all on now. They are not usually all on, of course. Some of my lobby cards. Poster that was in the On Stage album. Charo. The ceiling is great too, full of Elvis posters. My Elvis worn army pants. The cabinet, which is currently closed off with a curtain. The cabinet holds my CDs, my CD collection. I can open it up for you if you are interested in seeing it. Whoops. CD collection. And some other memorabilia. There you see again the other side of the room. The life-size Elvis Aloha from Hawaii poster. Confederate flag, and my replica wall of the music room in Graceland. I'm sorry about that. So. And this used to be my bedroom, as I said. The bed was standing right here. That was my and my wife's closet. And then we go through the door here to the bathroom, which is now Studio B. And you are welcomed by this guy. Also on this side. Some of my 45s, well, all of my 45s actually. I don't have a lot, I have about 70 in total. And now we enter the new room. I'll try to show you everything that's on here. Autographed picture of the American band. The guys that are on this album. And this is a piece of Elvis's hair. Also on the wall is a signed photo to David Best Wishes Ed Bonja. Signed photo by John Wilkinson, the TCB band, Cheryl Nielsen and Eric Lawrenson. Celeste Yarnall, which was a great meeting with her, lovely lady. A piece of fabric of Elvis's vest. An ordinary clock with his name on and his picture. A signed picture by Sam Thompson. These are some fridge magnets. I really like them, but there's one minus that I think they're not all there, all the records. But yeah. And this is maybe the most important piece of the collection. The Eminem Elvis. Oh, you're on. You turned your back to us, Elvis. It's a blue one. This is my lanyard from the avant-premiere of the Elvis movie. A cookie jar, a flag with Elvis's face on it. My boarding pass for the Lisa Marie in 1997. My entrance ticket to Graceland. This is a frame made out of a tree that was fallen down in the front yard of Graceland, and they turned it into a pulp and they made a frame out of it, and this is one of them. An entrance ticket to the birthplace. A signed photograph of DJ Fontana and his drumsticks, also signed. Some other fridge magnets. Signed picture by Steve Binder, the director of the NBC TV special. An American lobby card, a French lobby card, and another picture signed by Ed Bonja. An American movie poster, and the rest are Belgian movie posters, except that one, Girls Goes Girls, is also an American one. The rest is Belgium. And this is my drum kit, ladies and gentlemen. I don't actually play the guitars, the drums really good, but I do play them. Especially when my wife says I cannot get another Elvis record, then I come here and bang the drums. This is my Las Vegas. You can see it if you can show it with the light. The lighting in here is not great, but these are some menus from the various Las Vegas seasons. Also the 3 records that were recorded there. Another menu, an Elvis statue, and the tour photo. And then we have a picture signed by Bill Bass, Cheryl Nielsen, Ed Hill, and Butch Owens. And then we have this gathering of peculiar items, which I call my James shelf, because these items were all bought by my son James.
Thank you, James.
And you can see there's a theme here. It's really the odd things that he buys. This is a page out of a book that was owned by Elvis, and I have the covenant to prove it too. I don't know if the LOA is worth the paper it's written on, but anyway, this is the bone record I got stung, which I did a video on. If you see that thumbnail, that's the video. This is a record, I Got a Thing About You Baby, owned by Felton Jarvis. A piece of cushion that was displayed at the Elvis Presley Museum for several years, and it was in his Monavale drive home, Monavale. This is a necklace owned by Linda Thompson, and some earrings. They are really hers because I bought I bought this myself. This is not James bought, but I bought it directly from her, so I know it's from her. Letterhead of the Colonel's station paper. A red piece of carpet from the red period in Graceland. A tiny piece of text from the physician's desk reference, the book that Elvis owned. And finally, another piece of hair of the king of rock and roll. And then we have the spoons collection. That's just to fill out the wall. Well, that's my new Elvis room. I think I'm gonna like it here. I need to buy a chair so I can sit here, because otherwise I always have to stand here, which is no problem really. And all these pictures, especially the framed photographs with the autographs on them, they have special memories for me. Very special memories, and I will share one with you today if you are interested. And the memory I like to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, is about this book. It's the first edition, limited edition, a luxurious, 1994 I think it was, by a Belgian author named Mark Hendricks, and it was signed by the Jordanaires and by Mark Hendricks himself. You can see it's number 27 of 125. Yep, that's right. And the story, ladies and gentlemen, is about this autographs of the Jordanaires. They were not as friendly as I hoped they would be, but that has a reason, and the reason was in fact it was my own fault that they were not so nice. Well, to be fair, they were not only not nice to me, but they were not nice to all of the people who were there. And the reason why is this book. Because after the concert, and it was a great concert, they sounded fantastic. I remember the concert very well. And it was a great concert by any means. But when it was time to get their signatures after the show, they sat on a table, as you might can imagine. They sat on the table and they had a stack this high of personal photographs, which you could buy and let them sign. But of course, this being the first day of release of this book, everybody bought the book. This was the expensive version. There was also another version that was not a limited edition, but just the first pressing. And everybody let this book sign. Had this book signed by the Jordanaires. And they were a little bit annoyed because, well, they didn't make any extra money of the pictures they had with them. And they said, why do you want another book of Elvis? There are so many books written about Elvis. Why do you need another one? I said, because it's in our language. And there are not a lot of books in our language. And then they reluctantly signed it, especially Gordon Stoker. The other ones, they were nicer. Ray Walker, he was very nice. Gordon Stoker was a little less nice. But it's my own fault. I would not ever do that again. If I go to a concert and they have pictures of themselves with them, I will buy the picture and let that picture be signed. I will not bring an item with me. Well, they only have to want to make some extra money, of course. I didn't realize it at that time, so it was my own ignorance that made them not so nice. But hey, I still have the memories. It was a very pleasant day for the rest, and it was a great concert. And I'm sure the Jordanaires are great guys. Well, were great guys. Most of them are not around anymore, unfortunately, like so many other people. Anyway, that was one of the memories I shared with you today, and I hope you liked the tour of my new Elvis room, and I hope you like it. I like it. That's all that matters. So, ladies and gentlemen, until the next time, I'll see you again. May God bless you, and adios.
Thank you. Thank you, David.